In our journey, in this Diamond Logos journey, the assumption is that when we were children, we were babies, we were in this field of, light and openness and sustainability of a Holy Spirit shining everywhere. A field of richness, of potentiality. Now we call it enlightenment, and you need about 100,000 lifetimes before you get it, Merge with a cat. Get a cat for about, 3-6 months. Let it snuggle next to you. Enlightenment is right there. Join their spine. Have you seen the spine of a cat? How it's so resilient? The rigidity of your spine will begin to melt. You don't need so much rolfing and bioenergetics. It's all around us, this living field, but we are now dreamers, thinking it's so far away. And sometimes in the spiritual journey, it's the advertisement to reach enlightenment, to reach being, makes it so difficult, and we give up. And sometimes, we hope maybe 100 lifetimes from now we'll be enlightened, Merge with a baby. It's right there. In fact, between every thought you have, enlightenment is shining, But we are too busy because it feels like nothing. It's just simple. Who wants it? We are looking for a big bang, all of these things. So this field of illumination, simplicity, basic nature, God, simplicity, we live in it, but we are so busy, disconnected from it. We have so much conditioning that does not make us sense its presence or feel how things rise from it, the energetic field, and how if we can experience it, it changes our perception of this reality. When we were children, let's start just children, we don't want to go to the beginning of time. Babies are living within this field. I like to name this field as the field or the Holy Spirit. A field, simplicity, openness, potentiality. Children are in it, like fish swimming in the ocean. So we were these beautiful souls in a luminous field. We get knocked out by our conditioning, by merging with the environment, merging with our parents, merging with the samsaric field, and we are like knocked out of it. And when that happens, that's the beginning of the ring of terror in our structure. We are like, when as babies or as soul, disconnected from sensing the field, from breathing the spirit, that is the origin of panic in our system. The ring of terror, the trauma of all traumas, the mother of all traumas, is this disconnect. We are like a fish taken out of water. And you could imagine when you see a fish out of water. Panicking. So we live a life based fundamentally on a fundamental fear. The ego structure, this personality we live, the core of it is terror, is fear. Translate as fear of dying, fear of annihilation, fear of life, fear of humanity, fear of love, fear, one thing after another, like a construct, based on this feeling of disconnect. And each time we connect to either the ocean of life, of light, or to an aspect within this ocean of life and light, we feel a healing starts. We are magical beings living in a magical kingdom. We are the inheritors of this magical kingdom. The worldly part with its richness and beauty and magic, the deeper part with the essential states, the basic ground of pure being. All of this is one kingdom. It's not like one day you get enlightened and you go to the absolute. Yeah, that happens, right? But imagine going there every day, silence, stillness, beauty, simplicity. Boring after 1,000 years. You want to also interact. You want to feel, you want to transform, you want to explore. It's not enough to sit silent. Buddha is not enough. Buddha absolutely is not enough. You need Zorba. You know, they call somebody Zorba the Buddha. We are Zorbas and Buddhas. We are individuated being in this threefold magical kingdom. And the more we gain our essence, we live an essential life. You walk the street, you know, after all those years, I walk the street and I am in state of glory, glory, hallelujah. For the first time, I know why they sing it, you know. The tree is a tree, look, you know. While before it was an image in my mind. Yeah, tree, now I'm busy, you know. I'm seeking my enlightenment, the tree can't wait, you know. But the more you return to your essence, the more you return to your basic elements of life and creation, even your ego changes. Your ego, the crystallization in it softens. You know, it realizes that it can help you to function instead of fighting you. You know, if you are in a journey to fight your ego, and you become a samurai to kill your ego, good luck. Even enlightenment doesn't kill ego. It won't. Otherwise we will all be dead now. Because enlightenment is right here. It's not somewhere we go and someday we get enlightened. We are fish in the ocean. It's preserving even our egos. This journey, as I said, is not about eliminating ego. It's about loosening the structure in it, making it a resilient capacity to interact with the world. But you have to honor, why is the ego fixated? Why is the ego so crystallized? And if you open your heart and your mind and your soul to this part of you that got crystallized in a sense of ego and identity, you know that your ego is a maddened lover. Crazy. Day and night, even when you go to sleep, your ego is searching in your dreams, seeking the beloved. If you give it enlightenment, it won't stop. It might stop momentarily, you know. Maybe after 10 years, it will show up. If you're lucky, usually it's about 2 hours after. Yeah? Really. I think all of you have experienced state of peace, serenity, simplicity, you know. Then you look for a goat. You know, in the Middle East we say, if you have no trouble, buy a goat. You know, so your ego comes from nowhere. You know, it hid for 2 hours while you are enlightened. Then, how about me? If you had experiences, this I comes again. So the resolution of this I is not enlightenment. This I came from your higher self, this magical being, and it want to return to this beloved, you. If you give it the absolute, it's not enough. So stop fighting your ego. Stop fighting the stubborn part of you that's fighting you. You know, really. It's fighting you. It's a maddened lover. It forgot even what it's doing. But this is part of your soul that seeks you as an individuated soul in this magical threefold kingdom. We are the citizens of an infinite and eternal kingdom. Every bit in it is real, including your illusions, as I said. Even your illusions comes from electromagnetic waves. And the electromagnetic waves are real. Even the ideas in them are off. Do you get what I'm saying? And frequency. Just because it is frequency, or this universe is not constant, it's metamorphosing, it does not make it unreal. It is real. There isn't anything that's not real. We are real beings in a real kingdom, evolving, metamorphosing. Like the water becomes steam, the steam becomes clouds, the clouds become rain or ice or snow. It's all one thing. You can say the water is real and the clouds are not, because they're passing or they break. You know? To have this holistic vision, put us back in the center of the mandala. We are all kings and queens, and we are so unhappy because they dethroned us from being king and queens in a magical kingdom that it belongs to us and we belong to it. Essential living is walking this walk to restore you to who you are, to this magical kingdom. This is what we are aiming at in our work, essential living, recognizing the glory of the human being, taking away the fake humility, taking away that the human being is an illusion, erasing that idea, and the idea that there is no self, there is only self, big self, absolute, and you and me don't exist. Delete. We are here from beginningless beginning to endless end. The universe will go. We will build another. We won't go. And if you want a proof, I quote your teacher. He said, I am the Alpha. He was not talking about himself. He was not that narcissist. He is it, so he doesn't need narcissism. You are narcissist because you are not you. Once you are you, you don't need narcissistic claims. He was so real. He says, I am the Alpha. I am the Omega. I am the light. I am the way. I am the truth. I am life. He didn't leave anything. He's talking about you and me. He's giving us example of what a human being is. This is our home. We can go into the light. We can go into the absolute. We come back. We can be in our ego. It's all ours. I am the Alpha and the Omega. It's so beautiful. He did not exclude anything. This body enables you to perceive this realm, to enjoy this realm, because if you are in spirit, you might not even feel this realm, sense this realm. You can't maybe smell it, you can't even see it. So we created, or God created, this vehicle as an incredible evolutionary vehicle that enables us to experience the physical. At the same time, I can experience the spirit. At the same time, I can have the mind. So I can have mind, psyche, body, soul, all integrated in one awesome vehicle. So from here, I can experience the totality of the universe and beyond. So the body to me is not like a limitation. Our body now is not a body. This body now we are, is symbolized by the Christ on the cross. We are now, our bodies are crosses. We are carrying our crosses, which means most of the areas in it is wooden, dry, tight. You need rolfing, you need breathing, you need, to open it up. So the adult body that we are living now is not the human body. It is the personality body. It is a conditioned body. You see, when you bring a baby and put it next to you and feel how supple, how alive, how rich their body is. And we feel our body is barely alive. Really, Nowadays, look at how much we take supplements and organic food, and just to feel a little bit better, So when we think our body, we're only thinking now of this personality structure. Then it feels, this is very limiting. But when the body opens up, when you merge with a baby and your body become essential states, babies' bodies are not shell, is not a personality, is not armoring. Their body is liquid lights. Their flesh is alive. You smell it, so beautiful. You feel it alive. In that body, you can experience the totality of the kingdom. In this body, you are experiencing only your personality shell. And it's not pleasant, and you're bored, and you want to do some rolfing and breathing and exercising to bring it to life. So this whole work is journey back home, coming back home. In this body, where all the elements come together. The absolute is not enough. The light is not enough. All have to come together. And that's what I feel, glory to the human being in the human kingdom. The absolute is the human being. The spark of light is the human soul or self. The body is the human flesh. There is nothing, in my definition now, beyond the human being. Nothing. God is part of the human being. Because we are God. We are gods and goddesses. But we don't know. This is the final knowledge to be arrived. That to really recognize that we are the Alpha and the Omega, and it shifts the whole paradigm about spirituality, So we are not, this work is not about spiritual journey. I define our work not as spiritual journey to enlightenment and integrating and bringing it back. It's not like that. To me, it is the journey of the spirit. We are spirits journeying, some in medicine, some in spirituality, some we are souls, came like bees, creating honey in this magical kingdom. So it is not about you being a spiritualist. You are already spirit. You are spirit living in this flesh, enjoying it for a little while, replacing it in another lifetime. And sometimes you journey in the spiritual domain, you integrate this part of you. And sometimes you journey in art. You are the magical being, journeying in infinite spaces, eternal time. This shifted the paradigm for me. If we can think, if you can open this possibility, examine it, look, if it begins to really resonate with your truth, then maybe you are really now in our walk, this walk. So the Diamond Logos is a tool that has a certain view of reality. It's a magnificent modern tool, a high-tech spirituality or GPS, that sets us on the right track. Back to us, back home. And exploring and experiencing the glory. The whole journey is not about going anywhere. Diamond Logos is about arrival. We are already, I don't know where. Where do you want to go? You are not here. Really. The kingdom is at hand. That's what he said. He didn't say the kingdom is hereafter. Even hereafter. After what? Maybe after the illusion comes, we see it's here. His deepest, most profound realization, the crowning of all his teaching, when he integrated all of them, and I'm talking about the Messiah, the highest being there is. He said the kingdom is at hand. It's here. We are not here. Diamond Logos is about coming down, coming back. Retrieving our treasures, our jewels. It's worth the sweating. It's worth the issues. It's worth the headaches. It's worth it to come back to you, to come back to this kingdom. It's much glorious than anything I imagined. In my spiritual journey, I wasn't planning to come here. I want to reach enlightenment and go. 30 years later, I am here. So wow, what a magic. My ego getting first in the beginning, like disappointed, I don't want to be here. I want to dissolve in the absolute and be gone. Just be the absolute forever and ever. And now I say, look at this. I just passed by a tree. Look at this. I'm bedazzled, really bedazzled. So this is invitation to aliveness, to being here, to retrieving bliss, to healing our planet, to healing the whole universe is ours. There is no God owning it. No go beyond everything, nothing there. A field of pure potentiality. You can create from it infinitely. So we are creators. "10 years, I just want to be in the absolute." And I blamed my ego. But I was coming from the attitude of transcendence, looking at my ego as a disturbance. You know? And the absolute won't erase it, the essential state won't solve it. Till one day I said, I want to listen to you. What is it you want? You're not letting me enjoy. You know? Then it led me to discovery of the human soul, that we are the center of the mandala, not the absolute. We need to rest in it, but also we need to go to the goat market. Now I feel rested. You know, I feel really rested. I feel now I can look. Where am I? What is this? This is dazzling show. How could something abstract like the absolute, you know, become a leaf in a flower? What does it take to make a leaf in a flower? You need the air, you need the gravity, you need the oxygen. You end up feeling that to make it just a little insignificant leaf, you need all the cosmos. I feel, oh my God, this is the kingdom at hand. What am I dreaming about or transcending? So dealing with the issues, the fears, separation, alienation, that's what the work is about. To remove these barriers in our mind and psyche and experience the kingdom as we experience it in childhood. This is the good news I'm bringing. It's challenging. There is selfhood. We all long for it. It's our ocean. We can't rest without it. In fact, your soul, your point of light, breathes the absolute as our body breathes the oxygen. So we need our selfhood, we need the ocean. But to ignore it and to transcend the self, we get trouble in life. You know? Because the self is not made to transcend, nor is it made to be forgotten in the material world. I'm not just an ego making my daily living, nor I am an absolute transcending it. I am a magical being that can weave and integrate this magical carpet, this magical kingdom. When that was discovered, my ego became happy. Yes. So if you feel tonight a spark begin to shine in your heart, it's soft, gentle light. You know? Don't go to the absolute. Fine, leave the absolute in the background. Say, hello, light. You know? Come forward. Who are you? What are you? You might feel like a joy arises in your heart you haven't felt since childhood. Your cells will begin to sparkle because the beloved arrived. The absolute is belovedness. It's our nature. Belovedness itself. But it doesn't have uniqueness to it. And the uniqueness is the magic of this kingdom. He didn't say the alpha is here, the omega is here, right? He says, I am the alpha. This, if we get this message and allow it to come in our field and examine and look and challenge till you get it. I'll read you a few things, you know. This is a little poem by T.S. Eliot, a poet. He says, I said to my soul, be still, and let the dark come upon you. The panic of all our panics. Let the dark come upon you, which shall be the darkness of God. Don't fear it. It's not evil. It's the darkness of God. The dark side of God is the feminine, peaceful, gentle, life-giving, the womb. The womb is the center of creation and creativity. And the darkness is the black matter that we create from. Then he says, I said to my soul, be still and wait without hope. For hope would be hope for the wrong things. We don't know what to hope for. Without love. For love would be for the wrong things. There is yet faith. There is. But the faith and the love and hope are all in the waiting, not in us trying to do it. not in our ego, because the ego does not know how to love, how to all of these things. Wait without thought, for you are not ready for thought. We don't know how to think. Let it come from the right source. For the darkness shall be light, and the stillness the dancing. This is a translation from Arabic of a little poem. It says, an enchanted mother bird said to her little young baby bird, a few pieces of bread will fill up your stomach. You don't need more than that. But the sky, you need the whole sky. Few pieces of bread will fill up your stomach. But the sky, the essential state, the absolute, this is the richness. Then we don't kill each other for, a little piece of beef or meat, We don't need that much. Little piece of bread is enough. But if we can connect to being, that's the freedom beyond price. One day, a man was walking in the mountains. He looked behind, there was a tiger chasing him. So he started running, climbed down the side of the mountain. There was a cherry tree. He climbed in the cherry tree. He looked, the tiger was up, one tiger was up. He looked down, there was another tiger in the valley. He's in between now, right? He looked at the roots of the tree. There was a white mice and a black mice eating the root of the tree. What to do? Sorry?
Oh, start munching, start eating cherries.
You got it. The only option you have is to eat the cherry, to enjoy the cherry. Right? The first tiger is birth. You're born, you're here. You can't escape the tiger. You can't say, I changed my mind, I don't want to be born. You're here. Right? The second tiger, you're going to die. Death is waiting. Right? Your life is a cherry tree. Yeah? White and black mice, day and night, time, is eating its root. What choice to have except to enjoy the cherry? The cherry is the essence of life. Life is of the essence, not of the manifestation. The manifestation is that the manifestation of life, but it has essence. Really. And if you can touch on this essence, the cherry within, the gold within, the apricot within, there are states of beauty in our soul, then you are really living life. Really, thank you for coming.